Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
A woman whose mentally ill father took his own life after he was declared he was fit to work has criticised the Department of Work and Pensions. Speaking about her loss for the first time, Anne-Marie O'Sullivan told ITV News vulnerable people like her father who had depression should not be assessed in the way he was. With his story, here's our social affairs editor, Penny Marshall.
Michael O'Sullivan took his own life 2 years ago, but the circumstances of his death are only now casting an uncomfortable spotlight on the government's controversial work capability assessment. His daughter says her father, who suffered from severe depression, should never have been ruled fit to work.
He couldn't cope. The pressure was too much. He was a sensitive soul anyway, so it was too much of a burden, and he just buckled under that pressure. He couldn't take it anymore.
Coroner Mary Hassel, who conducted the inquest, ruled that being found fit to work by government assessors had triggered the suicide. This is the first time a coroner has made a direct link between the work capability assessment and a suicide. And after last year's inquest, the coroner wrote to the government warning that other deaths could happen unless the system was changed. Since then, the government says improvements have been made. But in its response to the coroner last year, the Department of Work and Pensions admitted further medical evidence was not requested in line with stated policy. Work capability assessment was introduced in 2008 to get people off benefits and into work. Critics say it's weighted against those suffering from mental disabilities. And a former minister said this death should bring change.
Well, it's a personal tragedy, and it must force the authorities and the government to stop in their tracks and think very seriously about what changes are necessary to ensure that mental ill health is treated properly.
Today is exactly 2 years since Michael O'Sullivan took his own life.
This could have been avoided. You know, it haunts us. Our life changed the day he left. Everything changed forever.
The government says suicide's a tragic and complex issue and that extra support is available to those on the work programme. But this case is likely to provide ammunition for their critics. Penny Marshall, ITV News.